Morning. For anyone who hasn't seen me before, my name's Jo. I sold my house a couple of years ago and bought 30 acres of agricultural land, and I'm in the process of trying to build a small-scale poultry farm here. I thought I'd do a quick video after the storm the other night. It was pretty blowy here. I'm very much in an open space. So when it's windy here, it's really windy. There are no windbreaks up the field. So 45-mile-an-hour winds the other night really did come through quite firmly. The house was certainly rocking away, but I do have hurricane chains on it. I've seen quite a lot of people put up damage to their coops and runs especially. So I thought I'd just show you what I do here. I learnt lessons the hard way. I had my coops take off, my runs I mean take off a few times. Luckily with very minimal damage, but I had chickens everywhere. So I'll show you the things I do here, and these coops didn't move at all. These are my setup. These are just, I think they're poor hut frames off Amazon. 4 metre by 3 metre runs, which is a good size for the number of birds that will be in these runs eventually, because they will be going in groups of 5. There'll be 4 hens and a cockerel to each run. At the moment I'm going to be having 11 runs and 11 breeding groups. I've got Buff Orpingtons who aren't awake yet because it's a bit early for them, light Sussex, and then I've got a mix of Dorkings and cream crested leg bars in the far run at the moment. So yeah, that's going on. The first thing I did, initially I had tarps on the runs. I changed them out for netting, just scaffold netting. It's quite a fine mesh. It does the job as well for lockdown, keeping wild birds out. Yes, a solid roof would be ideal, but it's just not feasible here. The coops just wouldn't stay put unless I had concrete floors and then was able to anchor them to the concrete. The next thing I have is hurricane anchors with ratchet straps. I have 2 of these on every other run because I have these runs attached in groups of 3. So I have one at this end, one at the other end, and honestly these runs aren't going anywhere. The poles will break before they actually fly away. They do make a huge difference. With waterers, I've gone for these silo style waterers. They're heavy, they're really heavy actually. They hold 30 litres and I struggle to carry them across the field. I will never understand the physics. I'm fairly strong. I can quite happily carry 2 carrier bags full of 8 2-litre bottles, so 32 litres of water across the field with no problem. But one of these silo bottles with just 30 litres in it is absolutely backbreaking. There will be a physics reason for it. Physics was never my speciality. However, they're not going to blow away. Also with feeders, I have silo feeders. I don't love these if I'm honest. I've had to make a few modifications. I had to take a little bit off the bottom of the green spout so that the pellets will actually come out. And I've added bungee cords to the top of each of these, because otherwise the lids just blow off, which is pointless and they break. He's got an awful lot to say this morning. He's usually quite a chilled out chicken, but yeah, today he wants me to give him something. Usually when I come over they start shouting because they want corn. It's too early for corn. The ideal situation would I be able to lay concrete all along here for the runs and then build the runs on the concrete and attach them in there with some sort of concrete screws. But the price of concrete is horrendous at the moment. Having just the foundation for the barn done was several £1000s. Also the planning situation would be a nightmare, and also I may want to move these runs at some point, and if I put concrete down that can't happen. That wouldn't be an easy task to move them. They're heavy. The sheds are attached to the runs, but yeah. So as a setup, this has worked with the high winds that we've had, and I'm pleased with that because it's really disheartening when you work hard to get something done and then a few days later Mother Nature comes along and blows it all down. You have to start again, which I have had happen a couple of times. So yeah, this system works for me anyway. So I'll be sticking to it for a while. I do want to make some separate feeder and water coverers, I don't know what you call them, little wooden structures that these will sit inside. That's a job for another day because I've got 300 other jobs to do as well. If you're interested in seeing my journey here and seeing how it works, I do go through a lot of other bits like planning and finances and stuff like that. So yeah, do follow along if you're interested, and have a good day. Take care.